Hi guys, Harry Yotis here, professional trader for 20 years. Started my career way back in 2005 and still alive in 2026. Wow. Today, this is Monday, March 9th. This giant candle on a chart of the S&P 500, this giant, yes, bullish engulfing candle opened up way lower. We got to the area that we thought we were going to get to, and then boom, bought back hard, okay? I guess Trump is saying that the war is going to be over soon. The market likes that, so we have a huge bullish engulfing candle, okay? And it all started over the weekend with World War III extreme fear being pushed everywhere. Everywhere you look in social media, war. World War III, they're going to throw nukes. Israel's going to throw nukes. Iran is going to do something. Multiple missile attacks on Tel Aviv. Everything that you saw was like massive fear, or fear porn, if you will. So how do we play that? Okay, we'll get to that soon. But first, let's talk about the technical picture. We always start with the technical picture, okay? Guys, we're still chopping around in this zone. Yes, we're very erratic. We're almost looks like it's rolling over, but then boom, gets bought back, okay? The technical picture is still very much in neutral territory, okay? We can bring in the moving averages. We are still below the 50, and we're well below 50, so this is bearish. However, I don't like to use the moving averages when we have this kind of situation where we're in a chop zone, and the only reason the market is falling down is because of war, okay? If the war gets resolved, boom, it's going to get up really quickly, okay? So I'm just trying to tell you guys that underneath them, I've been saying this for a while, underneath this market is a lot of strength. I mean, we have World War III coming out, massive fear, and the market is like not even 3% down from highs, okay? It's very encouraging. It's very demonstrative of the underlying strength of this market. However, if the war continues and persists for a long time, it's going to go down, okay? However, I just don't see that happening, okay? It's just, that's an extreme situation, okay? You don't trade for the extremes. You could prepare for it, but you don't trade for it. We got the technical picture as neutral, but we also got the sentiment that we have to talk about, because we were expecting the market to go down here and for sentiment to get to the extreme fear territory in the CNN Fear and Greed Index, and now we're at fear, okay? We were like into the extreme fear at this morning's market lows of around 664, I think it was right here, 662, 663. Yeah? We got into the extreme fear territory briefly. It wasn't enough to make a move, okay? If this war persists, we might revisit this, okay? Because we're not, even though here you see we're still at extreme fear and a lot of stuff here. The volatility went down to fear from extreme. I mean, it is getting better, and I don't know why this is so powerful today. Maybe because of Trump coming out and saying that the war is over. Nobody knows, okay? And like we said, okay, you can see it through the VIX. We had a spike up above this 28-ish, 2850 level, and then a crush down, okay? This is what I wanted to see, something like this, up and down, crush. You want to see a up, opening up means that the market gap down open, and then crush means the market ripped up, okay? So this is what I wanted to see, like a gap down open and then bought back. This is very bullish, okay? Remember, I'm reserving my optimism until I see 2 days in a row of up. If we have Tuesday going up and going higher, I suspect that even if we go lower on the third or fourth day, it'll be a higher low to go higher. Okay, so I need 2 days of positive news before I am more optimistic that this market is probably going to survive this World War III extreme fear. But if something happens tomorrow and back the missiles are, being thrown again, boom, it'll go back down. Okay, so yes, the sentiment, I like it. I like the extreme fear. And I like the fact that everybody was scared over the weekend. Like, I can feel it in my bones. Everybody was scared over the weekend. The market would gap down and continue to die and whatever. But look, it's just showing you that there's underlying strength, okay? So for that, I like the fact that even though we're in fear, it's good for our bullish longer-term case. Because I'm bullish by year end. Like, I think by year end, this market goes higher. Okay, we finish higher than when we started, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know how much higher, maybe 3%, maybe 10%. Who knows? But I think we finish higher. Okay, so let's get to the World War III extreme fear. Today was almost like a reversal trade. And the World War III extreme fear gauge in terms of assets is oil. Okay, We're going to look at US oil. Look at this candle. Okay, US oil. Look at it. It really almost touched the highs of 2022. Okay, like at almost $120 a barrel. The highs here were over maybe 125, but literally it touched that and then came back down. This is like a huge cap from 118 all the way down to like 82, and then trading right now at $86, $87 a barrel, US WTI, not Brent. So this is a huge move. This is like a crack, okay? Like a crack after this move. We were expecting a 20% down move one day in oil. Didn't know when we were going to get it. But I don't know if this is over yet. We have to see, okay? Because if things go well, meaning that maybe there's some kind of like a arrangement that Trump does with Iran in the next week or so, and the war is over, that's it. Oil gets crushed back down below 55. Below 55, because there's still a glut in the production side. Okay, there's a lot of production was not affected during this war. It was just the Straits of Hormuz closing is a transportation problem. Okay, it's production getting to market getting to end market problem. It's not really like a scarcity problem. It's just a transportation problem. So oil, because of that, I don't know why it went crushed like that. I have my ideas. Okay, we have some news here. This is like Trump says Iran war is very complete. That's one element of it. Okay, the other element that I saw was Greek shippers risk Hormuz Strait for sky-high freight rates. So a lot of Greek shippers here, especially billionaire George Prokopiou wanted to take advantage of the situation by sending out his ships into the Strait of Hormuz because he's going to get paid crazy amount of salary for the risk he's going to take. Okay, so he's charging here, according to industry sources, Prokopiou's side offered rates of up to $440,000 per day. Okay, about 4 times the pre-war freight rate. That's huge. Okay, it probably also covers his insurance costs. It probably covers everything and still going to make 100% return. So these guys with balls are coming in and saying, okay, we're willing to take that chance because, the market will decide. The sky high rates is going to, it's going to get you off your butt and moving to try to make that money. Okay, so these Greek guys plus Trump here, Trump says Iran war is very complete. We don't know if it's true. For sure, destroyed oil by like 20-30% today from highs. Okay, you don't want to buy parabolic moves like we said in the parabola here. I was short oil and I covered around here. It was a bad trade, but I knew one day it's going to crash like this. Okay, the move would be to wait for it to crash and then wait for the news that this war is over. It'll crash again. Okay, but if you buy that low after the news is announced, it'll go even lower. Okay, you're not going to catch the first part of the move, but you will definitely catch the middle part, and it's a much higher probability trade, much higher expected return on a higher probability trade after the fact. Okay, you can just wait one day, wait till it's announced, and then go in. Okay, but as of right now, I don't know if we're over. It all depends on the Straits of Hormuz being relatively open and on Trump being more of a taco Trump type of move where he's lenient to Iran. He finds some face-saving way of getting out of the war. Okay. We also saw everything else here. Gold. Okay. Gold down today. I don't know if you can see it. This wick here, down today, as you should expect it, because as oil was spiking, we saw a huge spike up to 118-ish a barrel. People had to sell anything. Okay, the oil shorts had to sell anything with a bid, and gold had a bid, so they sold it down. But then I guess after that crack in oil, there's no more short covering to do, or very little. So now, boom, gold gets bid back up. They're all related. All of these markets, you see it in U.S. oil. This crack means that maybe the shorts have covered, and there's no more buying pressure. Okay, we don't know. It's all speculation, but it all seems to add up with these different markets, especially in gold. And if gold is over being sold, this is going to go much higher. Okay, and we saw the same with silver. Silver today was up the whole day. Okay, it barely went down before it was bought up, and now it's starting to recover. You see a series of higher lows in silver. We break this neckline here at $95. We're going much higher we're going back to the highs, I suspect. So you have all of these events telling you that because of oil cracking, no more need to buy gold and silver to raise, to sell gold and silver to raise funds for margin calls in oil. Okay, so the shorts might be done or almost done. And we had an idea of this by looking at, you got it, Bitcoin. Bitcoin today was up the whole day, even when the market was, even when SPY here, SPY opened here at 666, if you will, and then dumped to 662. During this entire time, Bitcoin was bid. Okay, this was telling you that this was washed out. The selling was washed out. Bitcoin would have been destroyed if that was the case, but it was bid. It was almost forecasting that this World War III type event is close to being over, because it's usually over during the point of maximum fear. Okay, so I'm loving the action in Bitcoin. This is very, very good. Very, very solid after a huge down move and a very depressed market. We still need to get above the 73,000 for Bitcoin in order to go here and realize what I want to happen in Mara, because I played it through Mara. Mara had a good day. I want it to go up to the 15 level because I think Bitcoin, once again, rebounds after very, very negative sentiment, breaks the 73K and goes to between 85 and 90K. Okay, so Bitcoin was forecasting a bit what the oil market was going to do. Okay, and what every other market, SPY, is the opposite. You see, oil and SPY are inversely related right now. Okay, inversely correlated, whatever you want to call it. Here you have a bullish engulfing on SPY, and on USO, let's say the index, you have a bearish engulfing. Okay, gaps up because it doesn't trade 24/7, where oil trades 24/7, let's say. But this is a bearish engulfing candle on the USO, expecting it to go even lower. So let's reiterate. Of course, if you like and subscribe, if you like what you heard, like and subscribe, and leave a comment, and I will get to it as soon as I can. But let's reiterate what we have here. Okay, we have SPY, bullish engulfing. The technicals are very good technicals. Bullish engulfing, probably go higher. I need a second day to confirm it. A second day, okay? The technicals are still in a neutral zone. We're not bullish yet until we go to new highs. The fear and greed dipped to extreme fear, didn't stay there long enough for me to add significantly to my longs. It's okay, I'll just ride what I have. And plenty of room to go all the way back to greed and extreme greed and cycle all these sub-indices up much higher into better. We don't want extreme fear. We want greed everywhere. Okay. So I'm not worried about this. We have plenty of fuel to go much higher. Okay. And of course, the big news was Trump war is over and the Greek shippers are coming in, filling up the gap in the Straits of Hormuz, taking big risks for big money to alleviate the oil pressure. And with oil, it did just that. All the way down, 20, 30%. I can't even calculate from in the USO here, let's say from 123-ish, it's dropping to 104. It's a big move. But it was as low as 98. It broke the 100 on the USO. Okay. So, and of course, gold, loving it. It's staying relatively high during this capitulation event. It was sold off to raise funds, but now I think that's over and it's going to go higher. And the same story with silver. Okay, they will both go up. So that's it, guys. Hope you like what you saw. And I'm really looking forward to what happens this week. We can get a huge move high, much higher, if these World War III extreme fear events are alleviated and Trump talks more like Taco Trump and some deals are going to be made and we can go much higher. Later, guys.